Hello, and welcome to Row of the Store, sponsored by Supply Chain Insights. My name is Gerald, and I will be in the background answering any WebEx technical questions. If you do experience technical difficulties during or joining the WebEx session, please dial 1-866-229-3239. Please note that as an attendee, you are part of a larger audience. However, due to privacy rights, we have chosen not to display the number or list of attendees for everyone on the call today. As a reminder, today's call is being recorded. We will be holding a Q&A session at the conclusion of today's presentation. However, you can submit an online question at any time throughout the presentation today by simply typing your question into the Q&A panel located on the right-hand side of your screen. Just type your question into the text field and click send. Please keep the send to defaulted to all panelists so that your question can be responded to. With that, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's presentation. I would like to introduce you to your first speaker for today. She is the Director of Marketing with Supply Chain Insights, Ms. Constance Coral. Ms. Coral, you have the floor.
Thank you, Gerald, and welcome all to Row of the Store webinar by Supply Chain Insights. I am happy to be your host for today. Before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few details. Today's agenda includes Laura Cecily, founder and CEO of Supply Chain Insights, leading the presentation and sharing results from the same title, Supply Chain Insights Research Report, that can be found on our website. We also have two special guest panelists today, Marianne Timmons and Karen Levine of Capgemini. Marianne Timmons is the Vice President in Capgemini's Consumer Products and Retail Practice, focused on developing and implementing transformational strategies. She has more than 25 years of executive experience in retail organizations, serving as VP of Supply Chain and Business for Wegmans Food Market, and more than 5 years consulting retail organizations in Massachusetts. In specialty food, electronics, DIY, and drug. Karen Levine is a managing consultant in Capgemini's customer experience service line of consumer products, retail, and distribution sector. She is a seasoned corporate and marketing strategist with more than 20 years of experience in management consulting and industry. We also want to hear from you, so please participate and ask questions in the Q&A section. We will get to as many as possible as we go through the presentation. Today's Twitter hashtag is SCI webinar. So please go ahead and tweet out nuggets of information in social networks. So let's get started. I am happy to introduce Laura Cecily.
Hey, thank you so much, Constance. And just for a reminder, we record two webinars a month, and these are available for playback. So you'll find these webinar recordings on our website. And additionally, all the slides are available on our website and SlideShare. So it is our goal at Supply Chain Insights to provide research to allow supply chain thought leaders to elevate discussions within supply chain. And you know, when I think about the role of the store, I couldn't stop but think about the work of Marianne Timmons. To me, Wegmans is a prime example of a destination spot. So Marianne, when you think about the role of the store, I know you worked many years at Wegmans, and then you recently worked as a consultant. How do you think the role of the store has changed over the last decade?
It's a very exciting time to be in retail. It seems that for the last 20 years or so, things have been largely status quo. Trying to get customers into your store, trying to get those customers to enjoy their experience and spend more money. But times over the past 5 years, the whole game has changed. And so the work that we did at Wegmans to make shopping an experience has really paid off. Now retailers need to figure out how to get that experience to transcend channels.
Yeah, and it's not so easy. So Karen, I know you work with retailers really around digital and social and mobile and adoption of new technology. What's your view around the changing role of the store over the last decade?
Laura, I think there's been a real sea change in the role of the store, particularly just in the last few years, due to the accelerated speed of technological innovation and channel integration. We've been talking about channel integration for a while, but now retailers can actually carry data from the online e-commerce or the mobile experience or the social experience and actually bring that into the store and also start to emulate the type of information that they capture about their consumers in the real world.
But, it's a lot easier said than done. If we look at the definition of retail, one of the things I want to share with you is some of the research that we've done, and the research comes from three different sources. And we're going to continue this dialogue at Global Summit in September. But what we have done at Supply Chain Insights is we are mining data from balance sheets and income statements, and we provide this free to people for two evaluations. I'll talk a little bit about how that happens. And we've also just completed a quantitative study, and what we're doing is trying to tie financial balance sheet data to quantitative results. And let's just share a little bit of the information that we've been able to gather. So at the dawn of the decade, we had the growth of e-commerce as a channel. And if we look at the revenue per employee, the e-commerce pure plays, Amazon, Zappos, GiantNerd.com, those kind of companies have outpaced the traditional grocery, mass, and specialty retailers on revenue per employee, almost siphoning off productivity. And a lot of the bricks and mortar guys have been slow to really grow channel effectiveness. And as a result, while we've seen productivity in manufacturing to a different degree based upon industry subsegment, we've seen growth in productivity in consumer packaged goods, or in the chemical market. We have not seen productivity in the bricks and mortar retailers. This is data that comes directly from the balance sheet. So a lot of times people will say, well, who do you count as an employee? It's whoever the company is reporting on their balance sheet. It's really looking at revenue per employee. Pretty simple metric, but an important one. And what we see is, even though we've had a lot of investment in technology, we've had a lot of investment in process, we've done a lot of work in the store, most retailers are stalled with being able to drive better revenue per employee. And when we look at the struggle for store productivity, where we look at revenue per square foot in the store for the selected retailers, we see that there's struggle. People are like, what do I do with my store now? Amazon Prime, shipping, the whole grocery list, except for Fresh, and now they're into Fresh. What do I do with my store? How do I define the store experience? That's what this research was all about. So, Marianne, are you surprised that retailers are stalled here?
I am not, Laura. I'm not surprised. I think retailers are working very hard to try to catch up. And I think that the challenge, in my experience, is that the alternative channel, whether it be mobile or web, those tend to be both the merchandising organization and even sometimes the supply chain organizations are separate units within the company. And so they're not working hand in hand, they're not working as a strategy. A lot of times the systems that the retailers have don't help them understand the growth by channel. It's very difficult to improve productivity. They're not leveraging the channels. In a lot of cases, the channels are actually competing against one another.
Yeah, Karen, when I do interviews and I talk to the folks that are working on social or e-commerce, they tend to be a digital function within marketing. And, I hear a lot of people talk about technical integration, and see that's the part. I think the harder part is organizational integration and really designing it around the customer experience. Do you have any thoughts there?
I agree absolutely, and I think it's interesting that you started by saying it's a group within marketing because technology and data and social listening and social analytics are about so much more than marketing. A lot of organizations put it into that bucket. Social analytics, for example, can be used for new product development. It can be used to help with pricing. It can be used to help with obviously promotion. It can be used to help obviously with customer care. So these things go way beyond marketing. And I think that a lot of the online retailers have really set consumer expectations about the type of personalization and care that they expect. They expect it to be 24/7. They expect those kind of wow moments. And retailers really have to change their mindset and start thinking about how they can leverage technology and insight for a lot more than marketing.
And Karen, one of the things that I find is an organizational change dynamic is the ability to listen. Most companies are so busy yelling their message, right? So the traditional, 7x7 flyers and yelling the message. They don't have the ability to listen. When we talk about social analytics, it's all about listening. And that's so hard for a company that's been so marketing driven to become market driven and listen. Any thoughts there?
You are so spot on there. The internet is about a two-way dialogue. And that's the first thing that you'll hear when you think about having a digital strategy. And marketers and organizations and companies and retailers are very used to telling their story and being able to tell a story and being able to own and define their brand. And they can't do that anymore. It's a conversation and people, your customers and your non-customers define who your brand is just as powerfully, if not more powerfully than you can. So you really have to listen to them.
So let's get into the research. So we did a quantitative research study, and we did this over a period of time, and we were able to hear from 143 retailers, 129 had physical bricks and mortar present, and 37 in the grocery channel, 37 in mass merchant, 41 in specialty. Retail's not retail. What we wanted to do was really look at the segments of retailers. And the other thing is retailers tend to be pretty regional. So the data from the study is really very North American centric. But with that said, I think it's very relevant to look at what did we find. So here are the demographics. Looks at the level within the study, and so we were able to get actual operations people that are running stores. And we were also looking at channel proliferation. And one of the things that I've seen in the research is channel proliferation. These are operating channels in 2013. And the way to read our chart is on every chart there is the slides of images if you want to repurpose. It has a question, and so it says you have this as a present. And in addition, we have slides that show the percentage of volume. And what it says is most of the volume is coming from physical stores, even though we have e-commerce and social and in-commerce presence. We still see that the lion's share of the volume of sales from bricks and mortar. So when we ask about store challenges, because in qualitative interviews with retailers, when I ask about one of the first points that people will usually bring up is running stores pretty hard. Consistency in store operations. How do I plan globally and execute locally, and how do I use new technologies to forecast or replenish? And what is the role of the store as we get more changing assortment, and we try to do a format or assortment differently to drive brand presence. And across all segments, people are struggling with consistency in store operations, rising store labor and turnover of employees. And in grocery, a lot of energy is going into price management. How do we price? How do we drive a basket? In the case of mass merchant and specialty, they're struggling with showrooming. How do I deal with the fact that people are coming to the store to look at things before they buy? I actually see this as a great opportunity to get people to the store and change the experience. I actually have a couple of clients who've done some things around promotions and digital path to purchase to people that they know are showrooming, but that requires, I think, the designing of the supply chain outside in to really incorporate the fact that I've got the client or the customer in the store. How do I drive this to and improve the experience? And then a lot of times people are working on formats, and what we're going to see in the next section is we've had the greatest improvement on balance sheet results when we see a change in formats, where we have a differentiated format. When it comes to a supply chain, right? It is a high-level pain for each of the segments. If we look at talent, we're all struggling for talent. In fact, in our research, we find that there's a 6-to-1 demand to supply kind of ratio, where people have a greater need for talent than there is supply. And often the retailers tend to not be competitive with salaries. And so there's a struggle for talent to run warehouses and planning. And that's only going to get worse. At the time that I wrote my recent book, Bricks Matter, an average time of 3 months to get a demand planner. Right now it's about 9 months. And so as we talk about the adoption of specialized analytics, it's really going to require a challenge to be able to get the right talent, pay the right salaries, change our mindset to be able to be competitive in the market. And then demand and supply volatility is increasing. We've got more ways to buy, we've got more assortments, we've got more types of formats, and then management of the network. But down here, as we look at the ability to use data, we've been talking about technology forever. But people struggle with using data. Master data, our old approaches don't work very well. And software usability is an issue. Our deterministic optimization isn't deep enough. People don't know what to do with unstructured data. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do something about it. And so as we talk about the movement from inside out to outside in, to be able to use unstructured data, to be able to use new forms of analytics, people are seeing supply chain as a function. The guys that ship boxes, distribution and logistics, versus supply chain as an end-to-end process that allows us to listen, test, and learn. And so there's a need to move from a marketing-driven kind of mindset to a market-driven outside in, to be able to use this data across the supply chain, to be able to sense and to be able to test and learn. And as we see in the data, the grocery channel, as we look at what is the greatest importance versus how do you rate performance, they're really struggling with how do I do this work with demand insights? How do I collect them? How do I use them? It's about much more than traditional ERP and APS and advanced planning systems. And then how do I do something different, better to really drive format? In the case of mass merchants, what they're really struggling with is localized assortment. I have a number of mass merchants that are looking at visualization of local assortment, being able to look at what your customers want and how do they service those different needs. And then when we look at specialty, there's where we typically had the most discussion around how do I do cross-channel integration, particularly around demand insights, and looking at digital path to purchase and the use of new technology. So all channels have their own pain, and they're looking at how do they break out of kind of stall in the market. Marianne, your thoughts here? Anything surprise you or any additions here?
Yeah, I'm not really surprised by any of this, Laura. I think it's interesting. As I read your research and I reflected on it as a retailer, as a consultant, as a shopper, none of it surprised me. But some of the underlying reasons for it are troubling. What I've seen in retail organizations in particular is the focus on category management. And retailers are very about their stores, as they should be. They incent their people to look at categories within the store. And a lot of times, as the business changes and as things shift, there are some micro conversations going on that ought to be macro. What I mean by that is should be looking at the overall footprint of the store, and in very dynamic times, how do you maximize the overall footprint? How do you offer what the consumer wants in the store, what the consumer wants online? How do you make that an integrated go-to-market plan that's consumer focused? But in reality, what's happening is category merchants are incented to grow their categories, suppliers are incented to grow their brands, and you have a lot of these micro conversations going on that don't necessarily help retailers do the right thing for the consumer and do the right thing for the macro economics of the relationship.
Karen, now you're coming about it from more of a type of technology, more the digital influence. What are your thoughts looking at the data?
I think there's a lot of great insights there, and I think it is about a new perspective. And I've worked for organizations that are traditional organizations, cable companies, and that are new companies. And it's hard to change the mindset. A company that is pure play, as you said, or a new company like Lululemon is relatively newer. Can really be a little more innovative and a little fresher, and they're not tied down to the legacy systems and ways of thinking. And things like you talked about test and learn, the idea of being real time in testing and learning and not assessing things months later, the idea of being able to make changes very quickly.
I find Go ahead, Mary.
If I could just add on to kind of an anecdotal story. I was working in one retail organization, and they had a weekly ad meeting where all of the directors and level people would get together to talk about ads. Or for the upcoming week. So they had a meeting, and they said, nobody's reading our ad anymore. Our spend and marketing is 98% on the printed ad yet. 90% of people are looking at online where they go to learn about shopping. So they go through the whole presentation about how the ad won't be anymore. It's going to be cut back. At the end of the meeting, the executive asked the question, are we still going to have the ad meeting? So I mean, it's those institutional activities that retailers are so accustomed to, and so many of their processes are built around. When you start to shift those things, it's a very difficult shift in the current structures that retailers have. And I think that's across specialty and grocery.
Yeah, we're so used to that circular kind of heartbeat, right? And so the rhythm of test and learn is really different. And I agree with you in terms of category. And the micro discussion versus the macro discussion. I think it really comes play in the balance sheet. So one of the things that we're doing at Supply Chain Insights, different than I think what other research companies are doing, is really looking at how our industry sectors performing on their ability to balance profitability cycles, inventory cycles, cash cycles, working capital cycles, and complexity. And overall, what we see is complexity is increasing, and we're having trouble balancing profitability and cycles. And while we've talked about collaboration with suppliers, and we're going to improve the value network, we really haven't. And in fact, what we've typically done is cost and waste backwards in the supply chain. And we haven't really been able to get at the waste in between the crevices of the silo, or in between the crevices of the companies. So if we look at apparel suppliers, which are typically either running format stores, or they're looking at servicing specialty retailers, what we see is really more behavior of circling the drain at the intersection of inventory turns, which is a cycle metric, and revenue per employee, which is a complexity or productivity metric. The wider the swings when we look at this data shows a lack of resiliency. As supply chain leader is making year-over-year improvement. So when we look here, we have pretty wide swings, and you can see that some companies are actually going backwards. And we see this a lot, particularly in the specialty value chain, where we're not able to drive year-over-year improvements. When we look at discount stores, Walmart, Target, Fred's, Costco, And these are the averages. So you've got inventory turns, revenue per employee, and the way to read this chart is in the box. You have the sticker acronym for what they're rated on Wall Street. And you also have their average performance for the period of time that we have studied this. And so it's 2002 to 2012. And look at Walmart. You see Walmart made some gradual changes, very tight up to the period of 2010. And then they were attacked by Amazon and discount stores pretty heavily. And they were struggling to be able to improve revenue returns, but they have been able to maintain revenue per employee. They have always been able to do better than Target, which has not had a height of performance. Now look at Costco. Costco came on as a new format in the decade, and we actually see that new formats actually tend to get us over the stall. And so they were able to improve inventory turns by the new format and drive year-over-year improvement. So let's take a case study. So people will talk about Zara, and I want to tell the story of Zara versus Lululemon. I think it actually gives us a good baseline to talk about the role of the store. Now, Constance introduced us as a Lululemon shopper. She's a big yoga fan. Lululemon tries to make her store a destination store. And we've always talked about Zara, and we look at the effective frontier and profitability and complexity. Let's look at the role of Zara stores versus Lululemon. So Lululemon, who has worked both in terms of driving store performance and managing the employees in the store through goals and having connect with the shopper around the shopper experience. They've actually been able to improve the cash-to-cash cycle, as you can see here, and improve operating margin. And this particular segment, Lululemon is one of the two companies that we can find in specialty that have these kind of performance metrics. Now let's look at inventory turns versus revenue employee. Also looking on the effective frontier at the intersection. Again, they were able to improve revenue turns versus revenue per employee. Had a little dip in the 2011-2012 period, had a return this year with some of their pan, and then we get into operating turns versus operating margin. Again, significant progress. And I think that, as you go to a Lululemon store, it isn't about the traditional bricks and mortar. It's about the experience. And they have designed to a higher degree cross-channel, which, a lot of times people will hold up Zara as kind of the beacon light of retail performance. And I think Lululemon is an example of anybody can do it. Anybody can make that store a destination, improve the experience, and really connect to a segment. Karen, your thoughts?
Absolutely. I think Lululemon is a fabulous example of this. As you said, they targeted people or women especially, really passionate about yoga, which is very much of a lifestyle and a mindset. They have their core values that they talk about, something that scares you every day, drink water, and just really make it into a 360 experience. And once they develop that really close relationship with those women that are passionate about yoga, and they expand it to other product lines, other fashion items that would appeal to that audience. And now they're expanding to men. So they really understood who their consumer was and developed a close relationship. And really that wonderful experience where somewhere of a cross between a yoga studio and a store where they actually have yoga classes in the store. So I think they're very unique and really setting the standard.
Marianne, what do you think? I mean, I know at Wegmans you worked a lot on destination, whether it was recipes or cooking or chefs or wine. Thoughts here?
Yeah, it's funny. It's listening to your talk here, Laura. I'm thinking about those retailers who will say my Wegmans or my Lululemon. You think about those who are most successful, and it's usually those that they will claim ownership of. Right? When you are in a Wegmans market, people will speak very passionately to you, not just about their Wegmans, but what goes on in their Wegmans, about the person who taught them something in that store, the person who showed them a new product, the person who went above and beyond to service their needs, the person who made that special connection, and developed that relationship. So it really feels like those retailers who are most successful, count Wegmans among them, establishing that close relationship with their shoppers. You don't really hear people talking about their discount store or their dollar store in the same amount of affinity. It's because there's been some kind of a relationship, some kind of a special experience, some kind of knowledge that has been shared, and a long-lasting relationship that's been built. And that's really what Wegmans has invested in, investing in their people. Sending their cheese employees to Europe to learn about cheese firsthand, so they can come back and be very passionate with their customers, very knowledgeable with their customers, and in turn teach their customers something. Making those types of investments in the shopping experience has really great dividends in establishing the loyalty that people feel.
And Marianne, so that point about the work there, people at Lululemon are really authentic, they really buy into the product, and consumers can see that and appreciate that.
Yeah, they know it. And I think about whether it's the person behind the cheese counter at Wegmans or the person that helps me buy yoga pants, right? They know it. They feel it. They have the fire in their belly about the product. And recently, Marianne, I actually bought some bowls for French onion soup from Amazon and Macy's and JCPenney. I wanted to test how they were doing on cross-channel fulfillment. And when I got the bowls from Macy's, about 60% were broken. And when I got the bowls from JCPenney, they were all broken, right? And the Amazon reviews said that they had problems with breakage, but they were working on it and they worked on the packing. And when I called Macy's, they basically said, well, you have a return label in your box, ship it back. It didn't matter that, I had a dinner party coming up, and I shipped it back, and I received a credit 2 weeks later. When I talked to JCPenney, they asked me for a time that I would be home the next day. I mean, like we all stay at home and don't work. For the UPS person to come and check out the shipment, right? And I just thought about the difference in the experience. And one of the things that I think people talk about is cross-channel fulfillment or cross-channel experience. But it's not really designed for the customer, right? It's really designed, kind of talk the talk and not really walk the walk. And I think we really got to blow it up and really look outside in about how do we help store employees, how do we bring the store experience, how do we make fulfillment truly cross-channel. And I think a lot of retailers are stuck there.
Yeah, it's really tricky to do that well. And I think part of that is understanding that where boundaries exist before they can't exist now, and that every experience that a customer has with your organization, experience that they will remember and share, whether it's good or it's bad. And I think too many retail organizations are still stuck in their silos of I work in .com fulfillment, I work in retail fulfillment, even trying to understand how to use the store differently, right? To do ship from store, how do you use the store as a destination to pick up product, how do you use your different banners I think there's certain retailers who have multiple banners who are using that very effectively for pickup to allow cross-channel shopping going on. But it's very difficult. People are still experimenting, still dabbling. It doesn't feel like too many retailers. Trying to think of any who have blown it up, done it over, and reintroduced their strategy, their supply chain strategy to support their omni-channel business.
Well, I think Bevmo and Nordstrom have tried, and I think they've made some progress. But my Nordstrom experiences are very different. How they really given kind of principles of returns. But I think a lot of times performance metrics get in the way because we basically incent people based upon silos. Well, let's look at how the technology. So one of my favorite technologies right now is the use of analytics for store mapping and kinetic heat maps. And what I'm seeing companies doing is looking at how can they look at store traffic, and how can they look at baskets, and how can they look at IP addresses on phones. This is actually given to me by RetailNext. RetailNext is actually working on kinetic heat maps and looking at not only where there's traffic, but how people are buying. And I think this is a case of big data and used right, analytics and outside in, where we're looking at what is the role of the store and what kind of formats are driving the right traffic, and how does that actually translate to basket. The other thing I see is the retailers are being more aggressive on mobile and social, and mobile and social convergence in digital paths and while I like the work that they're doing, I wish that it wasn't channeled into the marketing department. I really wish that it was more market-driven, marketing-driven. And I also see that, it's growing in convergence, and we are starting to see this growth, but we're still walking, and even though we are at the beginning, we still lack governance about what can a local store do on their own Facebook site, or what is the role of Facebook, and what is the right strategy, and how do we connect with customers. The retail segments are doing more to connect with customers than the consumer packaged goods companies. But, what is the right use of Twitter, and how do I create a Twitter persona? And so this is an example of Twitter on Staples, where we have people with personas, and Dell has been really good about creating these personas online with Twitter for Mothball, right? Now 10 years, right? $100 million. And where they're allowing the customer to give input on what the garment should be, and look outside in around assortment, and really thinking about the e-commerce experience. Now, Karen, I know this is where you spend a lot of time talking about the forms of analytics, social and mobile and digital convergence. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, this is absolutely the most exciting area of retail for me, and the statistician is becoming the person to know, and the person to want to be. Which is kind of interesting if you think about the people who majored in statistics when you went to school. Extremely in high demand right now. I think the power of it is so important. It's about I like to say taking the real world and imitating the virtual world. We are able online to know where a customer comes from. How did they get to our website? Was it search? Was it social? Was it to another website? What did they do when they got to the website? How many clicks did they have? Did they abandon their cart? What did they put into their cart? Where did they go after they left the cart? And now we're starting to have the technology to be able to capture that information within the store. With the heat map technology, the mobile devices that people have in their pocket 24/7, and that retailers can track throughout the store. There was an interesting article recently about Nordstrom and how they were tracking their customers. And they were doing it to offer better customer service and more personalized service, and make sure they were staffing the store appropriately. But when consumers found out about it, they felt kind of, I think the term that used was queasy. And one of the quotes I saw was, people don't mind having cookies about where they go on the internet, but they don't want to be tracked in the store. Well, that's not really true, because when cookies were first introduced, people had a lot of problems with that. So it's just about a different mindset, and I think it's about consumers realizing that it isn't Big Brother or the minority report that's trying to do something to them, but the retailers are trying to give them a better experience.
Great. Marianne, any thoughts here?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm thinking as a retailer, it's really time for retailers to get serious about what their approach for the next the next 10 years is going to be. The technologies are for real. Consumer behaviors have changed. The wants and the needs of the consumer has changed. And it's time for retailers to across grocery mass and specialty to really think about how they can leverage that change to their own good. Talk about showrooming. If you have somebody in your store, that is a very good thing, especially in this day and age. I know I shop a lot less, and I know a lot of people shop a lot less in bricks and mortar locations. If somebody is in your store, that is a very good thing. And you need to figure out how to empower your people, give them the right tools, whether it's clienteling tools or the right ability to establish that meaningful relationship. Have to figure out how to take advantage of people being in your stores and how to set up your organization and your technology infrastructure to support that. And also how to think about engaging with your shoppers outside of your store, which is also very exciting if you think about it. You used to hope that people would read your ads. Well, now you have all different ways of interacting with them and establishing that relationship and conducting commerce with them. So the whole game has changed, and I believe that retailers need to take notice. It feels like retailers have largely been dabbling. They haven't done it in an integrated way within their organizations, and I think the time has come where we'll find out who really is serious about computing in the future.
Well, and I think it's a time where we're starting to see some differentiation of the models, like we saw Lululemon. I think that it is needed to drive and empower people to get off the stall of the effective frontier. But when I think about retailing, I think embracing showrooming as an opportunity, looking at the store as a destination, an opportunity to have that experience, rethinking the channels from the outside in, not the inside out, not the traditional category management or the weekly flyer, but really think about how we do it differently and to embrace the demand insight. And one of the things I see in the research that I think is a barrier for us is we typically think about technology projects, really large projects as and a lot of platforms that are around iterative small projects, and the ability to be able to test and learn and go cross channel, to be able to empower it. One of the struggles is, I think, leadership, to be able to change the mindset of I no longer have that big bang project. I'm going to do and invest in analytics that I may not know the return on investment, but I'm going to trust that I'm going to mine data to learn customer insight. And so, in my opinion, while we set convergence as our goal, I think we're still at the starting line. And new technologies can enable new opportunities. But I think only for those that can change traditional paradigms. Marianne, your thoughts?
I agree completely, Laura. And I think the other thing that I'll add on that is that retailers need to continue to do more collaboration, whether it's with third parties, with their trading partners. I was working in one organization last year who was pretty tough time and struggling. And they really think to ask their vendors for help. And we have to realize that we are all together. The world is changing for everyone. And I agree completely that the outside-in approach needs to be taken. And I also agree that believe that things need to be much more inclusive of trading partners, providers. Pick your partners carefully, but then you need to establish that level of trust and engagement with each other.
How about yourself, Karen?
Absolutely. I think it's always hard to quantify the value of information, but if you use it properly, it's incredibly valuable. And I think it is about paradigm. It's about a mindset shift. And thinking about what can be done with data. And guess what? Now I can actually do it. All the things that maybe I dreamed about seriously because it's too much data or I didn't have the resources. Now we have the technology where we can do all kinds of powerful things with it. And I think that if you take the power of information and you connect that to the human interaction that cannot be matched, in the digital world, on a phone or on the internet. You have a real person in your store. And the fact that people can see and touch the merchandise, if retailers embrace that combination, then it really changes the paradigm in their favor.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's look at some questions. John wants to know, for grocers, does e-commerce mean order online and pick up in the store? And Marianne, to me, e-commerce means that it can really be ordered online and delivered in many different ways, whether it's home delivery, like Peapod, or delivery in the store, or delivery in like a remote refrigerator or freezer somewhere. How did Wegmans define e-commerce?
Wegmans has established an e-commerce presence. They've done some testing and some piloting, and the pilots went very well, and they were defined as order online and pick up in store. I think in the time since pilots and tests taken place, competition has changed the game a little bit, whether it's Amazon Fresh or there's all different competitors out there now who are starting to do more fresh deliveries to homes, especially in large metropolitan areas. So their definition was definitely pick up in store, and some of that was the desire to have people in store versus cutting the store channel out. I think thinking is evolving now on that. More to it being whatever the consumer wants it to be, not what the retail wants it to be.
But it's got to be really in line with the brand promise. I think about the Tesco trials of fresh and easy. And it wasn't fresh and it wasn't easy, right? And so it's really got to go along with what the customer experience is needed. Okay. Second, Kathy asked, what is the biggest obstacle in merging retail and e-commerce channels, and how can that be overcome? I'm going to try it, and then I'm going to pass it off to you. I see performance metrics and traditional definitions as the biggest obstacle. I think the technology is the easy part, but I think how we look at success and the fact that we're looking at success by siloed metrics and really not looking at it from the customer back. Marianne, your thoughts?
Yeah, Laura, I don't really have any opinions on that one. I think it is all about looking at it from the customer back. I think the big challenge is that organizations aren't set up that way today, and that needs to change. I think it's an org structure. I think knows the e-commerce channels and some of the different channel development and a bit of a test tube. Let's wait and see what happens. Now I think it's clear what's going to happen. But there are definite org implications. There are tool implications too, as you say. I don't think those are the most difficult part. I think how you think about your business and how people understand how you're thinking about your business. That really is the difficult part.
Karen, thoughts?
I agree, and I think earlier on you mentioned silos, and people alluded to this from an infrastructure perspective, from the capabilities and mindset of the employee. I think this is a big challenge. I was recently looking at the background of people at one of the pure play home delivery grocers, and I noticed that there were kind of two kinds of people there. There were the people in the digital world, e-commerce, or from other areas of digital. And then there were the people who came from grocery who tend to be more on the operation side of it. Really different mindsets and really different generations. And I'm hoping that those two groups of people are interacting and cross-fertilizing. I've worked in media, I've worked in television, mobile and online and print. And I find that people tend to have certain mindsets, certain perspectives, and a lot of media organizations and advertising organizations are very siloed. People need to be multilingual now. They need to understand different distribution channels and be able to understand different mindsets.
Well, we will be continuing this dialogue at our upcoming Global Summit, which is going to be held at the Phoenician in Scottsdale on September 11th and 12th. We'll be talking about big data and analytics and social and supply chain integration and how people can listen and the evolution of shopper experiences and the role of the store. And continue with our webinars. April coming up in August, supply chain talent. Again, we think it's the missing link in the supply chain. And then we will be doing a wrap-up on some of the work that we're doing on the effective frontier and the supply chain index right before our summit. And again, if you would like to see how your company is doing on the effective frontier, send us an inquiry and we'll do two analysis for free to give you an idea of how you're making progress on the effective frontier. We also have past webinars archived on demand if you want to hear them. We've done a number of them on things like sales and operations planning and also looking at healthcare. And we have our podcast series where we actually interview people. We appreciate Marianne and Karen for joining us today. We're going to try to be able to do some follow-up podcasts with them. And it's called Straight Talk on Supply Chain Insights, and it's available on iTunes. So if you don't have time to read or research and you want to download it or run or walk, please let us know what you think of our podcast. And follow us on our blog and follow us on Twitter. We appreciate you being here today. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Marianne, for today's webinar. Be sure to check out the Supply Chain Insights store research on our website, supplychaininsights.com/research. We're happy to provide the reports free and for you to share with your colleagues in the network. Next up, as Laura said, Supply Chain Talent in the on August 16th. We hope to see you there. You can sign up on our website today. Thank you for attending today. See you next time on the Supply Chain Insights webinar series. Have a great day.